Why is China so pissed off about this photo from the 2021 Olympics in Japan? Well, they are really upset, and I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to show you why they're absolutely stupid for pointing this out and throwing a fit over it. In a baby-like rage, they engaged with a tweet from Reuters, and it simply said, China's WHO wins 49-kilogram weightlifting gold at Tokyo Olympics. This photo is along with it. Now, in the comments, what do you think? I actually think it's a cool photo. It's weightlifting. You strain in weightlifting. It's a cool photo of somebody mid-strain, but the Chinese embassy was none too pleased. Here's what China said. Among all the photos of the game, Reuters has chosen this one, which only shows how ugly they are. China accidentally implying that they think their weightlifter looks ugly in this photograph. Don't put politics and ideologies above sport and call yourself an unbiased media organization. Shameless, respect the spirit of the Olympics, says China as a response. They're really mad about this. China has accused Western media of deliberately capturing ugly photos of one of their star athletes in action. The state-run, mind you, state-run, remember this part, it's important in a second. The state-run media outlet, the Global Times, on Sunday published an article accusing Reuters of unfairly targeting China in its coverage. Specifically, it cited a tweet by the Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka, and it highlighted an article of this weightlifter. It shows the straining mid-lift, and they got real pissed off about this. However, let's go to China Daily. Like every other media outlet in China, it is either observed or controlled directly or indirectly by the Chinese Communist government. And look at the photo they used. Oh, that looks a little bit embarrassing too, right? This is way worse, is it not? Inarguably worse than this. This one or this one? This one is way worse as far as I see it. But after the Chinese government started to fight with Reuters over this, what did they do? Well, they changed the photo and the headline. This article right here is from ChinaDaily.com, and it's got a brand new, celebratory photo. 2 winning fingers in the air kind of photo from their gymnast because they got embarrassed getting caught at doing this. It wasn't even the only time they did it. They responded again, same day, same Olympics. Reuters, different faces. Maybe it's because everything good in life comes easier for the white Westerners. So now they're playing race into this, which is something China commonly does these days. They know that there is racial strife in the U.S. with Black Lives Matter and all these other groups and protests, and so they try to capitalize on that by playing it up. We say these biased MSM are ugly, never the athletes, they're beautiful. And they show photos about Taekwondo teenagers, a great photo they think, a great photo of this swimmer they think, and then they show the photo once again of the weightlifter. They said Miss Hu Zui is definitely beautiful with all her power and efforts. It's not about this photo. It's about their biased and intentional choice. So now they feel like maybe they called their weightlifter ugly and they have to go back on that. Meanwhile, here you go, a Xinhua Net, and there's their photo that they used. Another one you could say is not great. Or this one right here. This is straight up state media in China, but they're bitching and whining about this stuff. The photo is by a pretty great photographer, a news photographer by the name of Edgar Gerardo. And you can see on his profile some pretty beautiful pictures he's taken over the years and some interesting ones as well. And this guy is from Mexico. He seems to be pretty focused on just the photojournalism side of anything. I don't think he was trying to make a point with this. Now, it's admittedly not as cool as this photo of a sharpshooter from a previous Olympics, but it's still pretty damn cool. I mean, that's cool, but I still say that this is not a bad photograph right here, and it's not as embarrassing as they're making it. Here's another great photo. This is a Chinese athlete in Tokyo, a sharpshooter, and it's not as if they're being targeted with ugly photos. Maybe it's that weightlifters, often because they're straining, end up in photos that you might not see as ideal. This is something that commonly happens in the sport. As long as there isn't a leg break or something else like that, I guess you could consider it a win. But there's nothing particularly bad about this photo. There's bigger problems, however, for the weightlifter herself. Weightlifter Zui Hui, who bagged gold in the Tokyo Olympics on Saturday, will be tested. Maybe China's trying to deflect will be tested by anti-doping authorities, and if she fails the test, India's Mirabai Chanu will be awarded gold. She's been asked to stay in Tokyo, and the test will be done. The test is definitely happening, a source in the know of developments told ANI. And they said that the rules clearly state if an athlete fails the doping test, then the athlete who has won silver will be awarded the gold, taking the gold away from this Chinese athlete and giving it to the Indian if there was some cheating or steroid use going on. Is China trying to deflect from that? Is China just being petty and ridiculous as they often are? Are they trying to inflame things in the international community? Who knows? What do you think? Tell me in your comments below. And most importantly, is this really that bad of a photograph? I feel like this hits the Barbra Streisand effect. If you've never heard of the Streisand effect, Barbra Streisand wanted to get her house erased from the internet. And she sued everybody and went after everybody. And as a result, it is insanely easy, perhaps even easier than if she said nothing, to find Barbra Streisand's photo on the internet. The same is true for Beyonce, who had an unflattering photo of hers removed from many spaces on the internet. This is an issue that comes up from time to time. But is it really that bad? Let me know in the comments below. Or is China in the right? And was this purposely taken as an embarrassing photo? Let me know. I look forward to reading your comments. I always do. If you like this video, please share with a friend. I always appreciate that. Join the army. Every time you hit that share button, it helps me out, and I appreciate that on the quest to 75,000 followers. Be the next one. Hit that follow button at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie, over at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Hit subscribe and maybe the bell. I don't know. Perhaps that's too much. Just one or the other is fine if you can do that. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll talk to you again real soon.